Well, I was diagnosed with head and neck cancer, specifically tonsil cancer, in October of 2010. Started my treatment right after surgery, and I'm 2 years out of treatment now, and cancer-free, as I like to say. Coming from a position of not knowing anything about any kind of cancer, it just had never been in my family. We're very fortunate that we haven't had that. So I knew nothing. And I mean, you know, you go on the internet and you read and you read and you read, and you just you glaze over. I'm not medically oriented. These words I did not understand them. And when you read a sentence and you have to look up every other word, by the time you get to the end, you forget what the first word was. So I was having a very difficult time. And if my surgeon hadn't given me that kind of support, I think I would have been, I don't know what I would have done. The two oncologists, neither one was very strong. Neither one said, this is what you should do. They didn't recommend a course of treatment. And they say, here are your options. I went for a radiation, 35 treatments, and that was in the morning. Well, then my chemo once a week was like at noon. So I'd have to go to the hospital, come home. Then I'd have to go back for that treatment and come home. And then even after my treatment was done, I was at the hospital 3 and 4 times a week for IV therapy because I was dehydrated and I couldn't eat. And so it was probably, let's see, November, December, 4 months of being at the hospital every day. So I was taking cabs to and from. And it was one of the most difficult things was when I would leave and be so sick to have to sit in the lobby and wait for the cab, and sometimes it would be half an hour before a cab could come, and I just wanted to be home or in a room somewhere where I could lay down, you know. And if the hospital were delivering me in that, not only would they understand and be able to help me, because a cab driver isn't going to help you get it up and out of the cab, and I had trouble doing that sometimes. I had to literally get a wheelchair to go to radiation. But that would have been, oh, what a blessing that would have been. Some of the side effects are difficult to live with. My taste buds aren't quite back to the way they should be, so I don't enjoy food the way I used to. and it's so difficult to eat anyway. I just never care to eat. So there's little things like that that it might be kind of nice to talk to someone about. Cancer does change your life. As much as you want to say it doesn't, and you're just exactly the same, it does. And there are things that you have to live with. And so follow-up is probably pretty important.